This is a typical description of the spirit of lust. Asmodeus, the spirit of lust. You need to understand that it is an androgynous being, both man and woman. And the description of that being from experience, it's a black man's head, tall black dude with broad shoulders, bald head, and a woman's lower body parts with shape, curves, hips, and thick thighs and all. Okay? And what you're seeing finding expression in the society today with the transgender and all that is just the spirit of lust finding expression. One of the reasons behind the agenda to feminize men in the society today is to bring man to the lowest state of being, out of the image of God, and to bring man to the point of being androgynous in nature, in behavior, and all that, and take the image of the beast. Lust is one out of two principal ingredients of what we refer to as sin or corruption in the flesh. The other is pride. Every other sin came as a result of lust or pride. If we refer back to the garden, we can see that the two main things that were used, against Eve and then Adam was lust and pride. Pride is simply false identity of self, and that was the same belief that Lucifer had, thinking he could dethrone God or take the place of God in heaven. That was false identity. That is what we refer to as pride. The second is lust. She was told that she could be like God. That's pride. Secondly, she lusted after the fruit to eat and all those things. Okay, so these two things are the primary or the principal ingredients. First James chapter 2 verse 15 to 16 says that all that is in the world is lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life. So lust and pride are the two primary things that constitute sin or that leads to all forms of sin. The LGBTQ is the perfect depiction of what sin is, which is the combination of pride and lust. Pride, which is the false identity, the transgender, the fluid, sexual fluid, and all those things. And then you have the lust, which is a desire that is ungodly. And so in the last days, the most powerful spirit will be the spirit of lust, which will give power to all forms of sexual immorality, sexual perversion. The two main enemies against every believer will be pride and lust. The pride there is the ego self, which is the false identity, the corruption in the flesh that seeks not to do the will of God, okay, that seeks to take you out of the will of God. And then lust is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, desire to be famous, desire for accolades, all those things constitute the pride. Jealousy, envy, all those things comes under pride. Covetousness, greed, gluttony, all those things comes under lust. Another reason why there will be an explosion of immorality and perversion, which is driven by lust, will be because of the operation of Asmodeus, the spirit of lust, which is in the waters. Okay, the marine kingdom will be releasing the spirit, the spiritual influence over the world in the final times. There'll be a lot of marine agents coming from the sea. Okay, so we already talked about the merging of iron and clay. It is not just the fallen angels, we're also talking about water spirits, okay, that will be taking form. So they'll be coming up to the surface. Not just the reptilians will be coming to the surface. Not just the fallen angels will be coming from above, but those from the waters will also be coming to land. So there'll be a merging of iron and clay. The Bible already tells us that the dragon and the beast will be coming from the sea. If we analyze that by the dual kingdom principle, we can understand that coming from the sea could be the sea of people, which is Europe, or the actual sea. Okay, remember I already explained this talking about the movie Aquaman and their whole agenda behind the movie